Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Hello once again and welcome to Daleville Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. We are coming to you from Daleville High School, where the Broncos are hosting the Union City Indians in a non-conference game this evening, and it is homecoming at Daleville. Before we look at the matchups, I'll let you know that the Broncos were victorious in the junior varsity game tonight by the score of 47-42. Union City's head coach is Josh Cantu. He's in his second year. He currently sits at 8-16 in that time, while as the head man of Union City. The Indians this year are 7-9. They're 2-4 in the Tri-Eastern Conference, which is good for 7th place. The Indians come in on a 2-game win streak, those victories being over Seton Catholic and Cowan, and they can pull even at 500 with a win tonight and a win over their arch rival, the Mississinawa Valley Blackhawks, tomorrow night. The Indians come in averaging at 48.5 points per game as a team, and they're allowing 53.6 points per game again as a team. The Broncos, of course, are coached by Jordan King. He is 3-13 in his first year. The Broncos' record, of course, is 3-13. They're 2-6 in the Mid-Eastern Conference, which is good for a tie for 7th place. The Broncos are entering tonight's game on a 4-game losing streak, and they need to play well tonight in the homecoming game here versus Union City, because the schedule does not get any easier as Daleville goes to a Power Frankton on Tuesday, and then they host their old nemesis, the Wapahani Raiders, next Friday. Hopefully, this tough schedule will pay dividends in the sectional play in about 3 weeks from now. As you look at the 8 teams in that sectional, 6 teams have a record of 6 wins or fewer, with just 2 teams having records better than that. So Broncos can get a good draw and play well. They could find themselves in the championship game up in sectional 55. We look at the series. Well, actually, I'll go back. Daleville is scoring at a 51.3 point per game clip, and they're allowing 71.3 points per game. As we look at the series history, over the last 40 years, Union City does lead the series 15-13. The last matchup between the Broncos and the Indians was last February the 14th, and the Broncos were victorious in that one by the score of 72-59. We'll take a break and get you to the starting lineups. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, where we're going to give you the starting lineups. First for the visiting Indians of Union City. Starting at one guard is number 4, Luis Nieto. He's a junior. He averages 13.5 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists per contest. At another guard is number 1, Jason Connor. He's a 5'10 senior, averaging 12.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. At a third guard is Ryan Wine. He is a 5'9 senior. He averages 3.5 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist per contest. At a forward is number 23, Jackson Cowper. He is a 6'2 senior, averaging 11.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. And in the middle tonight is number 32, Caden Harmon. He's a 6'2 senior, averaging 5.5 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist per ball game. For your hometown Broncos, a little bit different lineup tonight. One starter at a forward is Carson Teig. He was number 23 as a junior. He averages 11.5 points and 4 rebounds per contest, along with 1 assist per game. At another forward is Logan Parker. He wears number 21. He's a senior. He averages 8 points, 4 rebounds per contest. At a guard is number 4, Carter King. He's a sophomore. He averages 9.5 points per game and 3 rebounds and 3 assists per contest. At another guard is Bryson Sigler. He wears number 5. He's a senior, averages 9 points, 3 rebounds and 4 assists per contest. At the other guard is Braden Sigler. He wears number 1. He's a sophomore. He averages 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists per contest. So the Broncos are going with Tig, King, Parker, Sigler, and Sigler in the starting lineup.
Between the visiting Union City Indians. Good sportsmanship is one of the primary purposes of athletics. Our student athletes recognize that judgment calls by coaches, officials, and themselves are made in good faith and should be respected. Spectators can support both teams by refraining from derogatory or demeaning comments. We hope that you will enjoy the game and support the students in a positive and sports-like manner. Now please rise if able and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. Give it up for the Bronco Band. All right, let's meet the visiting Indians. First up, introducing the non-starters. Number 10, Levi Clark. Number 20, Tayson Barber. Number 22, Jalen Claywell. Number 34, Andrew Bowers. Number 40, Asa Vaughn. And number 52, Cooper Wolfton. Now for the starting 5. First up, number 1, Jason Palmer. Number 4, Luis Nieto. Number 12, Ryan Flores Wine. Number 23, Jackson Cowper. And last up, number 32, Caden Hartman. The Indians are coached by Josh Cantu. I want every single Bronco fan in those stands to stand up and clap your hands. First up, introducing the non-starters. Number 2, Thomas Grayson Smith. Number 11, Cole Wagner. Number 15, Jeffrey Hamilton. Number 24, Isaac Elam. Number 25, Jeff Fox. And number 31, Braylon Randolph. Now your starting 5, number 1, Braden Sigler. Next up, he's number 4, Carter King. Give it up for number 5, B. Langston Sigler. Next up, number 21, Logan Parker. Last up, number 23, Carson Time. Your Broncos coached by Jordan King and assisted by Mike Wynn and Kent Davis. Tonight's IHSA officials are Jeff Green, John Fink, and Kevin Chestnut.
That one died while I was here.
Just about ready to get things started here on Homecoming Night at Daleville High School. Stepping in and jumping up for Union City is Hartman, and jumping up for the Broncos is Carson Tighe. Indians going with Hartman, Connor. Hard to see the numbers with the blue on the red there, but also Wine. Cowper. And the fifth starter is Nieto. He controls the tap. And in the front court is junior guard Luis Nieto. Nieto goes high left with it to Cowper. Cowper drives it left side, kicks it back out to Wine. They go top of the key now with it to Nieto. Nieto drives it left, puts up a scoop shot, and scores it off the glass. Gives the Indians a 2-0 lead. Up with it for the Broncos. In the front court is point guard Carter King. King with it now between the circles, working against the Union City 2-3 zone. Braden Sigler with it left wing, back to King between the circles. There's a three-pointer off the iron, no good by Parker. We got a whistle, and stepping on the end line is a Union City player, so the Broncos will retain possession. Bryson Sigler triggered the ball inbounds from the baseline. He skips it out on top to Carson Tighe. His three-pointer is nothing to the bottom of the net. Puts the Broncos up on top by a 3-2 count. Walking it up slowly for Union City is Nieto. Goes high left with a Wine. Now left baseline it goes to Connor. Back to Nieto. Nieto drives it left. Jump stop, dumps it off inside to Wine. Wine puts a shot up off the glass and scores it, makes it a 4-2 Indian lead. In the front court now comes Bryson Sigler. Sigler picks up his dribble, comes near side with it to Parker. Parker looks, gives it off now to King. Between the circles, right side it goes to Sigler. Bryson drives baseline, he's cut off, got a whistle and a traveling call against Sigler. Turnover gives the ball back to Union City. Nieto now in the front court for the Indians, goes high left side with it to Connor. Now left wing it goes to Cowper. Back on top to Nieto. Tries the pocket pass to Wine, but he's unable to handle. Correction, that was Hartman, unable to handle it. Turnover. Gives the ball back to Daleville. King with it now. Goes high right side with it to Braden Sigler. His three-pointer off the back iron, no. Rebound's cleared off by Parker of Daleville. Kicks it out to Bryson. Now between the circles it goes. Parker with it. Three-pointer right wing off the back iron, no. Tied with the rebound. Fought for, loose, picked up by Bryson Sigler, who goes up for the shot, and he's fouled. So Bryson Sigler will go to the line to shoot a pair. Foul goes against Connor of Union City. Correction, they say it was before the shot, so the Bronco basketball on the baseline. King with it, now to Tighe. Tighe, crossover dribble, drives it left side, dribbles it off a Union City player foot. We've got a whistle and a foul. I think we're going to have a foul call. Goes against Hartman. Sigler gets it into King. His three-pointers off the iron, no. Rebounds clear off by Cowper, who gets it off quickly to Connor. Connor spin dribble in the lane, has it blocked. He gets his own rebound, but tries to kick it out, but it's stolen away by Braden Sigler. Gives it off to Bryson. High right side down to Tighe. Tighe drives the lane, puts up a left-handed scoop shot, finger rolls it in, puts the Broncos on top by a 5-4 count here as we near the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Nieto into the front court, comes high right side with it. That is Wine, being guarded closely by King. Wine drives right side, finds an open Indian under the basket who misses it but gets the putback. As Nieto with the putback puts Union City on top by a 6-5 count. Tighe with it, high right, gives it off to Braden. Braden crosses over, drives it right side, tries to dump it off into the corner to Parker, but it's deflected out of bounds. Broncos will retain possession. Bryson gets the ball into Tig, left wing. Tig now on the dribble, gives it back to Bryson. Bryson penetrates, has it knocked away momentarily. Now kicks it out to King. King into the lane, dumps off to Parker, left baseline. Parker goes inside to Tig, cutting the lane, turnaround jump shot. It is good. Carson Tig with a nice turnaround jump shot in the lane. Puts Daleville back up on top by 1. Nieto, guarded by Braden Sigler, goes high left side with it to Connor. Connor looks, drives it left, pulls it back out, gives it to Wine between the circles, back to Connor, high left. Connor now to Nieto, top of the key, being guarded there by Braden Sigler. Nieto, spin dribble in the lane, turnaround jump shot off the back iron, won't fall, rebound cleared off by King of Daleville. Into the front court now with it. Carter quickly in the lane, puts up a left-hander runner off the back of the iron. He drops in for 2 points, puts Daleville on up by 3 here at the 3:30 mark of the first quarter. Cowper with it now, high right side with it for Union City, goes high left to Nieto. Nieto back to Cowper. He's being guarded by Parker. Now we go inside with it. There's a 15-foot jump shot by Connor's no good, but Wine gets the rebound. Got a whistle and a reach-in foul against Daleville. I think we're going to get Braden Sigler on that one. So it'll be Indian basketball on the baseline. Bowers enters the lineup now for Union City for the first time as Hartman sits down. Bowers with it, left wing. No correction, that was Connor. They go down the baseline, and the three-pointer is good by Nieto from the left baseline, knots things up at 9. King with it now for Daleville. He crosses over, gives it off now to Bryson. Bryson hands it off to King. King. Now Braden kicks it back out. There's a three-pointer right wing by Parker. Short rebounds cleared off by Wine of Union City. Wine now gives it off to Nieto. Nieto into the front court. He drives right baseline, crosses over into the lane, puts up a runner, no good, but he's fouled. They're going to get Carson Tig with that foul, his first. Team second of the quarter. Louis Nieto's first free throws up and good. Nieto, the Indian leading scorer, coming in at 13.5 points, also averages 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and runs the point most of the time for Union City. Nieto's second free throw is also good. Puts the Indians on top by 2 here at the 2:30 mark of the first. King into the front court. Ball's knocked away, nearly stolen away by Nieto, but Tig comes back up with it. He drives into the lane, loses it momentarily, kicks it out to King. Now Bryson Sigler with a 3, left wing, in and out, no good. Rebound is cleared off by Nieto of Union City. Nieto goes high left with it to Cowper. Now left baseline, it goes to Wine. Back out on top to Nieto. Nieto tries to make that pocket pass once again to Bauer, but it's knocked away. We're going to get a whistle and a foul against Union City. Foul goes against Bauer. Jeffrey Hamilton enters the lineup for the first time now for Daleville as Bryson Sigler sits down. Broncos trail it by 2 here, first quarter of play. King goes left side with it now to Parker. Parker finds Tig, top of the key, now back to King, right wing. His three-pointer is off the back iron, no good. Rebounds loose, fought for, got a whistle and a jump ball called. Possession arrow points in favor of the Broncos. Braden Sigler will trigger it in. Sigler finds King, left wing. King dribble centers. Directing traffic. Now goes high right side to Hamilton. Hamilton now to Bryson. Now it's King, left wing. That's Braden Sigler, I should say. There's a follow-away jump shot right wing. by Tig is no good, but Hamilton gets the rebound, but he can't convert. Rebounds finally cleared off by Union City. Pulled down by Wine, gives it off to Nieto. Nieto drives it left side, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul against Daleville, I believe.
Foul on the 15, Hamilton. His first, team's third.
We're going to get Hamilton for that one. Nieto tries to get it inbounds to Cowper, but it goes off his fingers and out of bounds. Turnover gives the ball back to Daleville. 1:06 to go here, first quarter. Broncos trail it by 2. King now between the circles, comes high left to Parker. Parker to Hamilton. Now King with it right wing. King penetrates into the lane, comes near side with it to Braden Sigler. His three-pointer's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Nieto of Union City. He gets it up quickly to Connor. Connor into the lane, puts up a runner off the glass, won't go, but gets his own rebound. Fought for, finally cleared off by Braden Sigler. Sigler into the front court. Drives it left. Puts it off to Tig. Tig's shot in the lane is short. Rebound's cleared off by Bowers, I should say, of Union City. We've got a whistle and a timeout. 30-second timeout taken by the Indians, so we'll take a break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Nine to 11 your score, or 11 to 9, I should say. Union City leads it by 2. 21.3 seconds to go here, first quarter. Be Union City basketball. The Broncos pick up on some full court man-to-man pressure to get the ball inbounds to Connor. Down to 15 seconds. Connor between the circles comes near side with it. That is Wine and Nieto. Three-pointer straight away off the back iron, bounces high in the air. And as the rebound is being fought for, we're going to whistle a foul against the Indians. Give the ball back over to Daleville with 6.6 seconds to go here in the first. So Broncos go the length of the court here with 6.5 seconds. King with it now, gets it into the front court. We're down to 4. He penetrates, goes left side, three-pointer. Tig is good. Carson Tig with the three-pointer at the horn puts the Broncos up by a 12 to 11 count here at the end of the first quarter of play. We will take a couple-minute break and be back with second quarter action. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. 12 to 11 your score. Broncos lead it by 1 here on thanks to Carson Tig's three-pointer at the horn. Union City had led for most of the first quarter of play. It's Union City basketball on the near side. Nieto gets the ball inbounds to Cowper. Cowper into the front court, being guarded by Parker. He spins in the lane, puts up a scoop shot, no good, but he traveled. Drug his pivot foot, gives the ball back over to Daleville. King across the timeline for the Broncos, gives it off now to Bryson Sigler, who's back in the lineup. Tide penetrates, kicks it off baseline to Hamilton. Hamilton on the dribble now, gives it to King. King penetrates into the lane, left-handed scoop shot, won't go. Rebound's cleared off by, that's Cowper of the Indians. Cowper penetrates, gives it off now, got a whistle, offensive foul against the Indians. Gives the ball back to Daleville. That foul went against Bauer. So we got a substitution for Union City into the lineup for the first time. You can see the number there is number 20. That is Barber in the lineup for Union City. King penetrates into the lane, puts up a runner off the front iron. No rebounds, cleared off by Bowers of Union City. Nieto with it now. With it for Union City. Gives it off high left side with it to Connor. His pass into the lane to a streaking Cowper is caught and put up and scored. Cowper with the basket puts Union City back up on top by 1. There's a drive into the lane and off the glass and good. Parker with the basket for Daleville. We got a whistle and a foul is going to go against Bryson Sigler as the Broncos put some pressure on here.
Number 5, Bryson Sigler, just his first.
Sigler's first foul.
Substitution for Broncos, number 2.
Thomas Smith enters the lineup for the first time now for Daleville as Parker sits down. Broncos picking up with some full court man-to-man pressure. Union City gets the ball inbounds. That was Barber who had it, who gives it off now to Connor. Connor in the front court. Comes right side, near side to Cowper. Now between the circles it goes. They work the ball around the perimeter. There's a three-pointer left wing, in and out, no good by Connor. Rebounds fought for loose. We're going to whistle and a foul against Union City. That foul goes against Bowers. That's his third here in the early going. Bowers came off the bench and picks up 3 fouls. So he will sit down back in the lineup for the Indians. Comes Hartman. 14-13 your score. Broncos lead it by 1. Down to the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Sigler drives the lane, dumps it off inside to Hamilton, whose shot's partially blocked. Rebound loose, fought for, picked up by the Indians. There is Connor in the front court. Has it knocked away from behind and whistle. And who they're going to give it to, they say it was last touched by Daleville. So it'll be Indian basketball on the end line. Nieto to trigger it in. He gets it inbounds to Connor. Connor drives it right. And we're going to get a foul against Hamilton on the drive on the floor. So it'll be Indians basketball.
Foul number 15, Hamilton, that's his second, 10 seconds.
Nieto will trigger it in. Throws it in. It bounces off of an Indian player, but it's picked up by Connor, whose 15-foot jump shot from the elbow is up and good. Puts Union City back up on top by 1. King with it for the Broncos, gives it off to Sigler. Back to Bryson Sigler as King had it. Now he finds an open Bronco inside. That's Hamilton, who shots in the lane is up and good. It puts Daleville back up on top by 1. Connor in the front court now for the Indians. Goes high left side with it to Nieto. Nieto drives it left and takes it all the way to the glass, puts it up, scores it. Nieto with the basket. That's Luis Nieto, the Indians' leading scorer. Puts Union City back up on top by 1. King with it for Daleville now. Crosses over, gives it off to Hamilton, high right. Now Smith with it, comes near side to Tig. Tig now to Sigler. Sigler near side to Hamilton. His three-pointer left baseline's off the iron. No rebounds, cleared off by Connor of Union City. Connor up quickly, crosses over in the lane, kicks it out, and we got a whistle and a foul. I think they're going to get Hamilton on the foul in the lane there as Connor was taking it to the basket. Substitution for Union City as Wine re-enters the lineup, and sitting down is Barber. Nieto passes it in deep to Connor. Connor being guarded by Parker between the circles. He penetrates into the lane, puts up a runner off the iron. It rattles around and falls in. Up quickly for Daleville is Parker. He's in the lane. His fall-away jump shot rattles around, won't go. Rebounds cleared off once again by Nieto of Union City. Nieto will bring it up himself. He'll direct traffic, being guarded by Sigler. Comes near side with it to Hartman. Goes inside to Connor. Connor's 12-footer, right side of the lane. Short rebounds cleared off by King of Daleville. King brings it up quickly, being guarded by Wine. King. Long three-pointer is good. King buries a three, and that knocks things up at 19, and Daleville will take a timeout. Full timeout, so we'll take a break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. We're tied at 19 here at the 3:49 mark of the second quarter. Union City basketball going the length of the court. Broncos pick up in full court man-to-man pressure. Got a whistle and a foul as players were cutting to the basketball. Going to go against Thomas Smith, his first. Team's fourth of the quarter. Nieto lobs it in over the head of Connor, who picks it up and takes it all the way to the glass, lays it up and scores it. Too easy there for Union City as they threw it over the press and was able to come up with the easy basket. 21-19 your score. Union City leads it. Tig into the lane, kicks off the baseline to Parker, gets it to Sigler. Sigler goes right baseline to Smith. Smith's three-pointer is no good. Rebound cleared off by Hartman of Union City. Connor in the front court now for the Indians, goes high left. That is Cowper being guarded by Smith. And we got a whistle and a 5-second count against the Indians. Gives the ball back over to Daleville. 21-19 your score, 3:12 to go here second. We got a whistle. Substitutions were attempting to happen, but things looked a little bit confusing there at the scorer's bench. King sits down. Smith will trigger the ball inbounds. Smith triggers it in now to Braden Sigler. who brings it into the front court. Sigler crosses over, gives it to Bryson. Bryson penetrates in the lane, spins, shot fake, whistle, traveling call on the spin move there by Sigler. Gives it all back over to Union City. Broncos still man-to-man full court pressure. In the front court comes Cowper. He gives it off to Connor. Now Nieto with it. Nieto spins on the right baseline. He's trapped. Kicks it off, top of the key. Three-pointer by Connor's no good. We got a whistle and a foul. And they say the ball on the shot, which bounced high, hit the support. So that gives the ball back over to the Broncos. Braden Sigler directing traffic now for Daleville between the circles. Gives it off to Tig. Tig drives it left. Parker now to Sigler. Now Bryson Sigler with it. Bryson and shuffled his feet once again. Turnover. Gives the ball back to the Indians. Broncos with about, my memory serves me, three traveling calls here in the early going. Substitution, King re-enters as Bryson Sigler sits down. Union City basketball in front of their own bench. Nieto lobs it in to Connor. Connor behind the back dribble in the lane, steps back, now comes right side with it to Wine. Wine to Nieto between the circles, being guarded by Parker. Looks like Nieto traveled there, but no call. Crossover dribble, spin in the lane is Cowper, whistle, jump ball call as he was tied up after he gave the reverse dribble there, and possession arrow points in the direction of Daleville. .212 to go here, quarter number 2. Broncos trail it by 2. King, near side to Sigler. Three-pointer off the iron, no good. Rebounds loose, picked up by Connor of Union City. Connor, high left, being guarded by Braden Sigler. Connor penetrates into the lane, puts up a runner off the glass and scores it. Jason Connor puts Union City back up on top now by 4. There's another turnover by Daleville as King stepping into the backcourt, gives the ball back to Union City. So the Indians on a little bit of a run here with what may be the biggest lead by either team in the ball game here at 4 points. It's been that close. Substitution for Daleville as Jet Fox enters the lineup for the first time. Fox played in the junior varsity game, so he looks like to just be spelling someone here maybe the last couple minutes of the second quarter. Union City basketball. Cowper with it, being guarded by Smith, high right. Cowper now goes baseline to Wine. Wine looks, being guarded by King, whistle. What's it going to be? Foul against Daleville. Fox, who just entered the lineup, picks up a quick foul. And that will send Hartman to the line as it's the 5th foul of the quarter. Hartman's first free throws off the back iron, no good. Hartman's a 6'2" senior. Averages nearly 6 points a game, 4 rebounds. He readies the second free throw. That one is good. Makes it a 24-19 Indian lead here as we're under a minute and a half to play in the second. King penetrates left, picks up his dribble, goes down between the circles to Braden Sigler. Sigler to King. King crosses over, spins in the lane, has it knocked away, loose, picked up, stolen away by Union City. Connor with it, gives it off to Nieto. Nieto into the front court, being guarded by Parker. Comes near side with it to Connor. Connor goes top of the key. That is Barber, being guarded by Smith. Goes left to Nieto. His three-pointer left wing is no good. Loose, fought for, out of bounds. Last touched by Sigler of Daleville. Indians will retain possession. Nieto will trigger the ball and bounce for Union City on the near side. Substitution as Bryson Sigler re-enters the lineup. And Union City wants a timeout. Full timeout here with 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter, so we'll take a short break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. .3 seconds to go here, second quarter. Broncos trail up by 5. Union City with possession. They'll have it out of bounds on the near side. Connor will trigger it in. He gets it in the backcourt to Nieto, being guarded by Bryson Sigler. Comes high left with it. That is Connor in the lane, puts up a runner, and scores it. Jason Connor with a drive to the basket through the middle of the lane, gets it to fall, and he's fouled. Substitution for Union City. Wine re-enters the lineup as Barber sits back down. Connor with a chance to put Union City up by 8 if he can connect on this free throw here with 41.5 seconds to go in the second quarter. Carson Teigel re-enter the lineup for Daleville as Smith sits down. Connor's free throw up and good. Gives Union City that 8-point lead here. And King with it for Daleville comes high right side with it to Bryson Sigler. Near side it comes to Tig. Tig shot fakes, penetrates into the lane, puts up a runner. No good, but he's fouled. So Carson Tig will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Foul number 4, Nieto. It's his first. Team's third.
Foul goes against Luis Nieto of Union City. Just his first, team's third of the quarter. Carson's first free throw rattles one, will not go. Substitution for Union City. Wine sits down. Barber re-enters. Tied second free throw. In and out, won't go. Rebound cleared off by Union City. Broncos able to connect at the free throw line. It gives the ball back to Union City with the 8-point lead. We're down to 23 seconds. Top of the key, it comes to Barber, near side to Nieto. He penetrates, spins in the lane, puts a shot up off the glass, and good. Nieto puts Union City up now by 10 as the Indians have begun to break open here what has been a back-and-forth game. 6 seconds to go. Sigler in the lane, puts up a runner, off the iron, won't go, fought for. Parker puts a shot back up with Horn, no good, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Daleville trails it by 10, 29-19 here after one half of play. We'll take a couple-minute break and be back with some halftime numbers. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. Back here at halftime at Daleville High School, where the Daleville Broncos trail it by 10, 29-19 here at homecoming. And as we look at the score by quarters, a very back and forth first quarter, but the Broncos were able to take a lead after the first break thanks to a three-pointer by Carson Tighe at the horn in the first quarter play. So again, your first quarter score was 12-11 Daleville, and then the game remained very close for at least the first 4 to 5 minutes of the second quarter, but the Indians spurted there in the latter part of the quarter to take a 10-point lead, 29-19. They outscored Daleville there in the second quarter by an 18-7 count. We will take another couple-minute break. I'll try to get some individual scoring totals. You're listening to Bronco Basketball, Daleville Athletics. Look at some individual scoring totals here in the first half, first for Union City. Connor did not score in the first quarter, but came up with 5 two-point field goals and a free throw in the second quarter for 11 points. So he was a big reason why the Indians were able to spurt ahead there in the second quarter. Luis Nieto had 4 two-point field goals, 1 three-point field goal, and 2 free throws for 13 points in the first half. So Connor with 11, Nieto with 13 did most of the damage there for the Indians. Wine had a 2-point field goal for 2 points. Cowper had a 2-point field goal for 2 points, and Hartman was 1 of 2 from the line for 1 point. So again, the Indians were led by the 13 points of Luis Nieto and the 11 points from Jason Connor, and Connor's all 11 of his points came there in the second quarter of play. Broncos were led the first half by Carson Tiggs, 10 points, all of those coming in the first quarter. Carter King had a 2-point field goal, a 3-point field goal for 5. Logan Parker had a 2-point field goal for 2. Jeffrey Hamilton, a 2-point field goal for 2, and that rounds out the scoring for Daleville. So again, Broncos were led by Carson Tiggs, 10 points. All of those coming in the first quarter of play. Broncos scored only 7 there in the second quarter. We'll take another break, and extended break probably, and then be back with second half action. You're listening to Bronco Basketball, Daleville Athletics. We're just about ready to start the second half of play here at Daleville High School. Union City's broken the huddle. They come back with Nieto, Wine, Cowper, Connor, and Hartman. Broncos come back with the starting lineup. King, Sigler, Parker, and Tide. Broncos into a 2-3 zone here to start the second half. Union City basketball, they go top of the key to Hartman. They work the ball around the perimeter, and on the drive left side is Cowper. He gives it off to Connor, who kicks it back out to Cowper, whose three-pointer left baseline good. That puts the Indians on top by 13. Broncos up quickly. Sigler tries to get it up court to Parker, but it's knocked out of bounds. Broncos retain possession. There's a three-pointer, chopped key by Tig, no good. Rebounds fought for, saved by Union City. In the front court now, that is Cowper. They work the ball around the perimeter. Baseline three-pointer by Nieto is too strong. And we've got a whistle and a foul against Hartman, I believe. Gives the ball back to Daleville. Early going, quarter number 3. Broncos trailed it by 10 at the half. Union City with a 3 here early in the quarter to bump that lead up to 13. King into the front court for Daleville. Goes high left with it to Parker. Parker back to Tig, top of the key, guarded closely there by Nieto. Tig now to Sigler. Baseline it comes. There's a three-pointer by King. In and out, won't go. Rebounds fought for, finally cleared off by Union City's Hartman. Nieto with it now. Now Connor. Near side it comes, deflected, out of bounds by King of Daleville. Wino triggered in near side. Into the backcourt it goes to Connor. Broncos still in a 2-3 zone, go high right side with it. They work the ball around the perimeter. Wine goes down on the baseline with it to Nieto. His 12-foot jump shot's no good, but there for the rebound is Hartman, who puts it back up and in, puts Union City up by 15. Sigler, high right with it for Daleville. He's cut off as he drives. Now he spins in lane, has it knocked away, and finally kicks it out to King. King's three-pointer left baseline won't go. Rebounds fought for, picked up by Braden Sigler. He's tripped. They're going to get Nieto of Union City for the foul. Braden Sigler triggered the ball inbounds for the Broncos. Gets it in to King. King goes high left with it to Parker. Parker now Tig with it. Top of the key. Shot fakes, dribbles. Has it stripped away from him. We're going to get a foul against the Indians. Goes against Connor.
Substitution for the Broncos, number 2, Smith.
Thomas Smith re-enters the lineup for Daleville as Parker sits down. Sigler triggers the ball and bounce to wide open Smith, who misses the three-pointer. Rebounds cleared off, I should say, by Hartman of Union City. Nieto walks it up slowly. Indians lead it by 15. High right it goes to Wine. Now top of the key. They kick it back out. That's Nieto. He penetrates in the lane, dumps it off inside to Hartman, but it's stolen away. Smith gets it up to Tig, whose layup is up and good. Carson Tig with the two-pointer. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Carson's 12th point of the ball game. Union City goes high post with it to Hartman, and he dribbles it off of the foot of the Bronco player and out of bounds. So Union City retains. Nieto triggers it in deep to Connor, goes right wing with it now to Wine. Wine trapped, it goes down the baseline to Nieto. He drives right baseline, puts it off the glass and scores it. Nieto with a two-pointer puts Union City back up on top by 15. King drives it right wing, reverses, but he's fouled as he's knocked down there by Wine of Union City. Bryson Sigler triggers the ball inbounds to Carter King. King between the circles. Goes high right to Thomas. Thomas, 17-foot fall away, no good. Rebound's put off by Connor of Union City. Connor up quickly, crosses over into the lane, dumps it off down inside to an open Luis Nieto, who's fouled out on the bucket. So Nieto will go to the line, chance for a three-point play. That extends Union City's lead to 17. Nieto with the opportunity to make it 18. Hamilton will check back in for Daleville as Smith comes out. Nieto's free throw's good. Make the 39-21 Indian lead. Into front court comes Sigler. Sigler to King. Back to Braden Sigler. He's cut off on his baseline drive. Kicks it back out left side to King. Now top of the key to Tig. Tig drives it in the lane. Dumps it off to Hamilton, but it's knocked out of bounds. Off Union City. Bryson Sigler tries to get it into King on the left wing, but it's knocked out of bounds by Wine. So Bryson will trigger it in again, this time in front of the Bronco bench, gets it into Braden. Braden crosses over, backs it out, penetrates again, tries to scoop it off, but it's knocked away and stolen away. We've got a whistle. And behind the play, the whistle was called. We're going to see what it is.
Technical foul on the Broncos, number 1, Braden Sigler. Technical
foul against Braden Sigler. Broncos already trail it by 19. Didn't need that technical because Union City now have a chance to extend it to, correction, they trail it by 18, but they'll have a chance to extend it to 20 and possibly more if they can convert. Connor will shoot the free throws for Union City. First one's up and good. Jason Connor, 5'10", senior guard, averaging 12.5 points a game. Second free throw, rattles around and falls in. So it'll be Union City basketball. Braden Sigler sits down, and Parker enters the lineup for the Broncos. Connor into the front court now for the Indians, being guarded by Carter, and going to get someone with a foul. Yep, goes against Carter King. Indians trigger the ball in bounds, comes into Connor, drives the lane, puts it up off the glass and scores it. That puts Union City up now by 22. So the Indians have broken what was a close game open here. Sigler into the lane, kicks it off to Hamilton, now King into the lane. Now baseline to Sigler. Now top of the key. Parker's three-pointer straight away is up and good. Logan Parker with a much-needed three-pointer. Pulls Daleville back to within 19, and the Broncos call a timeout, so we'll take a short break. This is Bronco basketball and Daleville Athletics. It'll be Union City basketball as they hold a 19-point lead. Broncos pick up in full court zone pressure, it looks like. They get the ball in bounds to Cowper. Now into the front court with it is Connor. Now high right to Nieto. Nieto drives the lane, puts up a runner, has a partial block. And in the front court with it is King. King has it knocked away from behind, but Parker picks it up. Now that is Parker gets it back on the left baseline. Three-pointer's no good. Rebounds loose, fought for, picked up by Bryson Sigler. He lets fly with the three-pointer short, but Parker gets the rebound. And penetrating into the lane is Carson Tighe, and his shot's up no good, but he's fouled. So Tighe will go to the line.
Tighe, shoot 2.
Hartman re-enters the lineup for Union City. Carson raises his first free throw. It's up and good. Second one's in and out, no good. Rebound's cleared off by Connor of Union City. Connor comes near side to Nieto, back to Connor between the circles. Now it comes to Barber, back to Connor. And he's in no hurry. 2:45 to go here, third quarter of play. Barber with it left wing, skips it across to Cowper, who penetrates into the lane, puts up a scoop shot off the glass and good. Cowper with a bucket, puts Union City back up on top by 20. Left baseline, it goes to Parker for the Broncos, gives it off to Sigler. Sigler gives it back to Parker, or tries to, but throws it out of bounds. Turnover. Gives the ball back over to the Indians. Substitution for Daleville into the lineup for the first time tonight is number 3, Colin Elam, who logged some minutes in the JV game, if I'm not mistaken. In the front court with it for Union City is Cowper. Nearly throws it away, but it's picked up by Nieto. He's being guarded by Parker. Inside it goes to Connor. Connor shot up on the right side of the lanes, partially blocked, and loose ball's picked up by Parker. King with it now in the front court. Now Parker. Now to Tighe. His three-pointer is good. Carson Tighe with the three. Pulls Daleville back to within 17. As we're under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Into the line, or there's a drive there by Nieto, won't go, but he gets his own rebound, steps back, shoots a three. It's no good off the front iron, and rebounds cleared off by Parker of Daleville. Gets it off to King. King now to Elam. Elam's three-point left wing is good. Colin Elam off the bench buries a three-pointer from the right wing, pulls Daleville back to within 14. Into the front court comes Connor, and he drives it up the lane, but he's fouled before he gets there. And we've got some discussion at the Bronco bench as an official appears to be talking to maybe an assistant coach. I'm not sure. Maybe, no, I think it's talking to Sigler, it looks like. Broncos trigger, or Union City triggers the ball in bounds in the backcourt. Cowper with it, penetrates up the lane, has it knocked away, but he picks it back up, takes it to the glass, and scores it. Puts Union City back up on top by 16 here with 1:10 to go in the third. There's a three-pointer by Parker's no good. Rebounds cleared off by Union City's Cowper. Cowper has it knocked away, stolen away from behind by Tighe. Got the steal, but they say double dribbled. Gives the ball back over to the Indians. Broncos were hoping to cut into that 16-point lead here late in the second, and it did appear to be a little bit of a strange call. So Union City will have it in front of the scorers table. Nieto gets the ball in bounds with it to Cowper. He's been guarded closely by Sigler. Cowper picks up his dribble, now gives it off to Connor in the lane, and traveling against Connor And the Daleville fans are going to let the officials have it if they didn't call that pretty obvious walk. Gives the ball back over to the Broncos. 49 seconds to play here in the third. They get the ball up quickly to Parker, to King. King's three-pointer left wing is off the front iron, no. King saves it to Parker. Parker, and he's guarded closely, throws it away, picked up by Nieto. Nieto into the front court, being guarded by Sigler. That is Bryson Sigler. It's knocked out of bounds. So Union City basketball, again in front of the scorers table. 30 seconds to go here in the third. Cowper with it, being guarded closely by Parker. Gives it to Connor. 24 seconds to go. Connor to Nieto. Union City maybe holding for one. Nieto with it between the dribbles, being guarded by Sigler. Has it knocked away momentarily. And we've got a whistle and a timeout called by Coach Cantu of Union City. And we'll take a short break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. .3 seconds to go here. Broncos trail it by 16. Indians get the ball in bounds to Connor, kicks it back out to Cowper. Near side it comes to Nieto. Nieto behind the back dribble, 6 seconds. Goes down inside, finds a wide open Wine who lays it in, puts Union City up by 18 at the end of the third quarter. Again, 49-31, your score. After 3 quarters of play, Broncos trail it. We'll take a break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Bronco basketball here to start the fourth quarter of play. Need to look to cut into this 18-point lead here pretty quickly. King with it, gives it off to into the lane of Sigler. Tries to get off to Fox, who's into the lineup. In the front court with it now for Union City, being pressured by Fox's Connor. He takes it all the way to the glass, lays it up, scores it. Too easy there for Connor of Union City. Puts the Indians back up on top by 20. Near side it comes to Parker. Three-pointer right wing is off the front iron. No, rebounds cleared off, however, by King of Daleville. Gives it to Tig. Tig penetrates into the lane, and he's tied up. We're going to get a jump ball call. Possession arrow points in the direction of the Indians. Broncos pick up a full court man-to-man pressure. Nieto with it now for Union City into the front court, being guarded by Bryson Sigler. Nieto drives it left baseline, spins into the lane, puts a shot up off the glass, no, gets his own rebound, puts it back up, no good, but he's fouled. So Luis Nieto will go to the line to shoot a pair for the Indians. Thomas Smith will re-enter the lineup for Daleville. Flag's going to sit down, I believe. I think it's his third foul. Nieto's free throw's good. Nieto's second free throw is also good. King with it in the front court for the Broncos. Near side it comes to Smith. Smith lets fly with a three-pointer. Good. Thomas Smith with a three. Makes it a 53-34 ball game. Connor in the front court being guarded by Fox. Gives it off to Wine. Back to Connor now between the circles to Nieto. High right it comes to Hartman, whose three-pointer's up and good. Caden Hartman with a three for Union City. Puts the Broncos up by 22. Parker's three-pointer left baseline for Daleville is no good, but Fox with a rebound. Inside it goes back to Parker off the pass from Sigler, but it wouldn't go. And up with it now for Union City in the front court, Nieto. He comes all the way into the lane, spins, turns around, puts up his fall-away jump shot, and it's good. Makes it a 58-34 Indian lead. King with it in the front court now, comes quickly, puts up a runner, it's no good, but he's fouled. So Carter King will go to the line to shoot a pair with the clock stop.
Foul number 12. Flores line, it's his second. Team's first. King, shoot two.
King's first free throws up and good. Second free throw also good, makes it a 52-36 Indian lead. Indians lob the ball inbounds to Hartman, gives it off to Nieto. Nieto penetrates into the lane, and a little Euro step by Nieto, puts up the shot, it's no good, but Hartman cleans it up, puts Union City back up on top by 24. King penetrates into the lane, puts up a runner, left hand, in and out, no good. King gets his own rebound, puts it back up off the glass, and scores it. Carter King with a putback, makes it a 60-38 ball game. In the front court, quickly for Union City, is Cowper, and they're going to get Cowper on the charge as he took it all the way, put up a scoop shot in the lane, but it was out of control. So it gives the ball back over to the Broncos. 5:29 to go in the ball game. Broncos trail it by 22. Fox triggers the ball in bounds to King. King lets fly with a long three. Buries it. Carter King with a three. Makes it a 19-point lead for Union City. Broncos pick up with some full court pressure. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas Smith. Broncos, again, full court pressure. Nieto triggered the ball in bounds. Lobs it in to Cowper. Cowper into the front court being guarded by Parker. Knocked away, stolen away by Parker. Parker has it knocked out of bounds. And they're going to get a reach-in foul against Cowper as he knocked it out of bounds from behind. Bronco basketball on the baseline. Fox will trigger it in. Fox lobs it in deep to King, left wing. King now to Sigler between the circles. Goes down inside to Smith. Smith turns, and he's fouled before he can get a shot off. So Smith is fouled, but team's fourth, Union City's fourth of the quarter. So the next foul will put the Broncos to the line. Sigler triggered the ball inbounds on the baseline, but he throws it right into the hands of Barber of Union City. He gives it off now to Connor. Connor's double team. No foul call. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Sigler of Daleville. 4:54 to go in the ball game. Broncos trail it by 19. We've got a whistle on the inbounds. Not sure what happened there. No. They get the foul on Fox on the inbounds there. So Union City will have it out of bounds again in front of their own bench. Nieto lobs it into Wine. Wine being guarded by Fox. Wine dribbles it right, hands it off to Connor. Connor penetrates, pulls up, 17-foot fall away off the irons, no good. Rebound's cleared off though by Wine, and Union City kicks it back out to Nieto. They go down inside with it, and there's a bucket point blank there by Hartman. Makes it a 62-41 lead. There's a 14-footer fall away by Sigler's no good. Rebound's cleared off by Wine of Union City. Indians lead it by 21. Into the front court is Connor. Connor lobs it down inside to Hartman. He can't get the shot off, but he's fouled. I think they're going to get Bryce and Sigler on that one.
Foul on Broncos, number 5, Sigler, his second. Team's third. Hartman shooting.
So Caden Hartman to the line for the Indians. They'll shoot a pair. Indians lead it by 21. Hartman's first free throw is good. Fox sits down for the Broncos into the lineup for the first time tonight for Daleville is Braylon Randolph. Hartman's second free throw is also good. 64-41 is your lead for Union City. Sigler with it for the Broncos, skips it across to Parker, now top of the key to Carter. He drives it and has his shot blocked. And we're going to get a foul in the backcourt against Carter King. Union City basketball. Connor in the backcourt being guarded by Bryson Sigler. Connor into the lane, goes high right side with it to Wine. Back out on top to Connor, now Nieto with it. 3:42 to go in the ball game. Baseline spin dribble, there is Cowper. He tries to shovel a pass into the lane, but it's out of bounds. Last touch by Wine gives the ball back to Daleville. Substitutions now for Union City. Bauer and Barber ran the lineup for the Indians. Sigler between the circles with it for Daleville. That's Bryson. Bryson penetrates, kicks it out to King. King's three-pointer left wing is off the iron. No, rebound's cleared off by Nieto of Union City. He gives it off now to Connor. Connor into the front court now. Between the legs dribble, being guarded by Smith. Connor goes high right side with it to Barber. They go down inside with it now to Nieto. Nieto being guarded there by Sigler. And Nieto scores it. We got a whistle. As Nieto went to the ground. And I don't know what the call is going to be. Union City's coach in a series of discussions there with the official. Substitution, Parker sits down, and into the lineup for the first time tonight for Daleville is number 24, Isaac Elam. In the front court now for Daleville is King. Gives it off to Smith. Smith's three-pointer off the back iron, no good. And rebound's cleared off, though, by Sigler. Sigler goes down inside to Smith and lays it up off the glass and scores it. Makes it a 66-43 ball game with 2:40 to go. In the backcourt is Connor drives all the way to the basket, puts a shot up off the iron, no good. Rebound is cleared off by King. King gives it off to Sigler, back to King into the lane, has a shot blocked, and up with it now for Union City as Nieto gets it open to an open Connor, who lays it up and scores it to make it a 68-43 Indian lead. And with that, the Indians take a timeout. So we'll take a break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics.
Full timeout, Indians.
Bronco basketball. Randolph triggers the ball and bounds to Sigler. 68-43 your score. Sigler penetrates into the lane, loses it momentarily, picks it back up, kicks it out on top to Smith. Smith's long three-pointer straight away off the side of the rim, no good. Rebounds cleared off by Connor of Union City. Connor into the front court now, being guarded by Sigler. Comes high left with it to Cowper. Cowper spins, puts up a left-hander in the lane, no good. Rebound is picked off there by Bauer, who puts it back in and scores. It makes it a 70-43 Indian lead. Sigler, three-pointer, right wing, is off the iron, no. Rebounds fought for there by, or cleared off by Cowper. Gets it off to Nieto. Minute 35 to go in the ball game. Broncos trail it by 27. Near side it comes to Nieto. Nieto has it knocked out of bounds. Substitution for Daleville into the lineup for the first time tonight is number 11, and I do not have a number 11 on the. Number 11 in the lineup for Daleville is Cole Wagner. And Union City with substitutions as well. Barber now goes top of the key to a new player. That's Clark. Clark takes it all the way to the glass, lays up and in. Levi Clark with a basket for Union City. Makes it a 72-43 game. Into the lane goes Sigler. His left-handed scoop shot's up and good. As we're now under a minute to go in the ball game. Claywell with the ball for the Indians. And now Clark. Now Claywell. He lets fly with a three-pointer. Is good. And that is Jalen Claywell with a three-pointer. Puts the Indians up on top by 30, but Sigler with the layup for the Broncos makes it a 75-47 ball game. Under 30 seconds to go. And Barber with it now. Gives it off to Clark. And Levi Clark's going to hold it now, gives it off to Claywell. And the Indians are going to dribble it out. So your final score tonight from Daleville High School is Union City 75, Daleville 47. We'll take a break and we'll be back with some final numbers for you here You're listening to Bronco Basketball on Daleville Athletics. Back here at Daleville High School, where the Union City Indians have, to some degree at least, spoiled the homecoming festivities here at Daleville as they have taken a 75-47 victory over the Broncos, and a close basketball game for at least a quarter and a half. Broncos did hold a 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter on Carson Teig's three-pointer to make it 12-11 at the end of the first, and then the Indians spurted at the latter part of the second quarter and wound up making a game that had been not more than a bucket either way difference, a 10-point spread at halftime, 29-19 as they outscored Daleville 18-7 there in the second quarter. And look at the second half action. Union City put up 46 points in the second half to Daleville's 28, and that allowed them to balloon that 10-point halftime lead up to 28 points as the final score is 75-47. Going to try to get some final individual numbers for you here momentarily. We'll take a break. You're listening to Bronco Basketball and Daleville Athletics. We're back at Daleville High School for the final time tonight. I was unable to get all of the scoring numbers, but I did see that Union City was led by Jason Connor, who I believe had 24 points. They had 3 players in double figures. Nieto was also in double figures. I think it was 16 if my memory serves. And they had a third player with 12. I believe that was Hartman. Broncos were led in scoring by the 16 points from Carson Tighe and 12 points by Carter King. The victory for Union City runs their record to 8-9 overall. And as we mentioned in the pregame, they can go 9-9 if they can beat their crosstown arch rival Mississippi Valley Blackhawks in a game tomorrow night. And Daleville, their record falls to 3-14. As we mentioned also, Daleville will travel to Frankton on Tuesday for what will no doubt be a very difficult task, as Frankton is very strong this year, and then they host the Wapahani Raiders in the Mid-Eastern Conference contest this coming Friday. Again, your final score, Union City 75, Daleville 47. That's going to just about do it from here from Daleville High School. We'll see you next time. Good evening, everyone.